you know, finding an excellent wave out there and showing us, you know, showing everyone how it's done out there this morning. So, yeah, signs of improvement, and looking forward to breaking down the next few heats with you, Jessie. Right out there this morning.
Vahine getting her first wave of this heat here. Hasn't had a great relationship with Margies in the past. She's looking to redefine that here with what looks to be a really big board under her feet. Here for Sophie McCulloch, Katie Simmers. She's going to kick it off as well, giving us her variation of that back foot stomp carve. She's got an end turn, gets to it early enough. She's holding on here for the finish, we know.
Right out in front of her other times it eats you alive. And then behind her, Katie, you know, I think Katie, through this middle section, yeah, it was really tricky to read. I kind of just like this, you know, sort of paced approach. She's like, okay, I'm just going to wait for this section to stand up. And she does so well to hang on here because that was not easy.
Yeah.
So a couple of completions there.
Outside of that, heard it's some of the best acting that the surf industry has ever seen. Back to live action here though. Katie with a bit of a fade takeoff. Now it starts to bowl up through the inside. Let's see what she can give us on a big end section jam. Lays into it on a solid looking board too. Katie was throwing that around like it was a twin fin.
Just looked so at ease here. Yeah, you really got to highlight, you know, yeah, watch this. She just like kind of cruises through this. She's like, yeah, all right, I'll just fade this. I love the setup, but for me, the highlight is here. This moment, just absolute aggression. Got up there nice and early. Knew that that was the only way to kind of survive this end section. But yeah, beautiful display of power. Bit of progression there, layback, and variety. You know, it's just really well done. So I'd say she's going to, you know, she's only had the 5.83 so far. And yeah, she's going to back that up really, really nicely. I'm interested to see where they go with this, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I really loved that just approach into that. Obviously, you got to get there early to make it in and out in front of that wall. Maybe 3 women who are going to bring their children on tour. Right now, though, Katie Simmers in the priority heat. She's already got a good-looking lead. That's a nice connection. Wow. Gets to this end bowl pretty late there. And unfortunately, just a wall of whitewater.
And let's break down this last wave, though, first for Katie. Smooth face, open face, beautiful vert turn there. And, I mean, look, she had to go for it, but far out. This was a hard section to ride out in front of.
Yeah, really incredible. Just to see what we've kind of got unfolding ahead of us right now. Vahine really looking to just get herself into this heat. Only has a 1.6 and a 0.8. That's a better looking connection. She's been waiting for that all heat. She's going to come through, tag it again for a second time. Can see even on those smaller ones, it is so hard to stay on your feet.
In the water with it was, you know, Molly Picklin was out there, and, you know, obviously she's hearing these big scores drop. You're seeing, you know, your competitor in the opposing heat dropping these big, you know, these big numbers, and you're thinking, okay, these waves are out here, but you've had a couple of opportunities and you haven't been able to find one yet. So this completion is going to feel really good for Vahine. Yeah, hats off to Lulu. It's going to be a great matchup, that one.
Vahine trying to find a 6.5 here. Got a 4.9 on that last wave. Wow. Comes into this second section with so much drive. Unfortunately, though, goes down here. So Vahine, you can see she's got the determination, especially based on the championship tour. 70% of winners here, natural footers. The Goofs trying to get one back. Katie here, looking to get her first win. Big open hook. Oh, touches a rail.
And then as we look to this replay of that first jam, the last wave of Katie Simmers, and then this thing just going turbo on her on the inside. I mean, and oh my goodness.
You're getting worked, so you're going to be tired by the time priority rolls around to you. Let's see Vahine try and channel a little bit more energy on this wave. Fortunately got sent to the bottom, found it hard to get back to the top of the wave here. She's got a bowl, beautiful technique into a great hook, but comes unstuck here for Vahine. But that was the moment. Judges, they're asking a little bit more. We're going to see one last roll from Katie. Wow, gorgeous bottom turn. Just coming unstuck. I really do think she'll be matching up against either Carissa Moore or Isabella Nichols. That means the head-to-head matchup actually goes 2-0.
Katie, you were just getting drilled by the kids to give them your hat and your sunnies and your racky and your leggies, but you're also getting pretty drilled by some wash-throughs out there, and you look pretty exhausted by the time you come up the stairs.
Yeah, it's like 20 foot. It's so much paddling. I feel like it probably looks like 3 foot on the webcast, but it's like the sets are so big, and it's just like luckily I kind of dodged some sets, but yeah, it's pretty brutal. I'm out of breath.
What is the tactic on a day like today for you and Tom? You know, what are you trying to identify out there before you paddle out?
I just want to catch a bunch of waves. That's kind of it, honestly. I was like, I just want to surf. I feel like the last event I didn't really get to surf that much, and so this event I was like, it's kind of like there's so many waves out there, and it's like not really defined good ones. You kind of just have to go and hope it has an end section to get like a 5. So it's like, I guess that was my only plan, just to surf.
It's cool because when I'm thinking about, you know, the waves that you got scores on out there, you're just sort of biding your time and just doing your surfing. But when the section comes, you know, you've got to make the absolute most of it. You just did that so well.
Yeah, I mean, thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, that's what you try to do, is just do as well as you can with what you got. And like that goes beyond surfing or waves or anything. But I think just for today, I'm glad to do a couple laybacks. I wish I could get above a 5. I still haven't got above a 5 this year, so I'm kind of pissed about that. But next heat. You
know what's funny is when you hit that end section, doesn't matter if it's on a day like this or when it's bigger, like it's almost like, reminds me like a bad dream where you're running in quicksand and the monster's sort of running up behind you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You see the section, but you know what's after, so you can't really see what's like at the bottom of the wave, because you're like, well, I have to try to get a score, and you kind of have to like put your life on the line. Not your life, but your body on the line for a 5. So it's pretty brutal sometimes, but it's kind of exciting. I feel like it's exciting to watch. But when you're actually out there doing it, you're just like trying to survive your way through a turn, and occasionally you get like a really good one out here, and that's like when it's rewarding. But in heats like this, you're just like, just please ride out. Like, I just turn my board, redirect, and just like get as low as you can, like almost grabbing both rails, like trying to make it, but I'm glad I did.
I think you'll enjoy watching some of those replays because you could fully feel, you know, the beast chasing you down and you're just going, yeah, but hanging on for dear life.
I'm sure my face showed it. I'm sure I was like, like.
Congratulations, into the quarters again.
Thanks, man.